Hey, the best just got better. Find out why. 16 years ago, I bought this Grex P635 is the model number. And I bought it because I wanted a micro pinner, 23 gauge, to shoot more than an inch, because most of the other ones back then only shot up to an inch. This shoots to 1 3/8 and goes all the way down to 3/8. And I have been so daggone happy. So why would I upgrade? Well, I just recently read a couple articles. They're celebrating the 20th anniversary of the gun I've had for 16 years, all right? And they said they've updated a few things. It still shoots, and this is still shoots 3/8 to 1 3/8. They look almost identical, but there's some rebuilds inside, but there's a couple of features on here I'm gonna cover in this video where I read about and I was intrigued, so I got the P635L upgrade. Okay, right from the get-go, you can see they're about the same size. This is the belt hook on the old version. I've always liked it. It's adjustable this way, but I kind of like this lower profile on the L. All right. The other thing that I've had on a lot of my other guns is this is just a straight pneumatic nipple here. This one can rotate, and that's really good when you put a hose on there. It gives you a little more flexibility if you have a stiff hose. So on the new gun, it's the same loading mechanism. You just hit this tab right here. Your magazine opens up. And always remember, when you're putting your pins in, these are headless. And they have, you can't tell if it wasn't marked, but you see the arrows, you put it in and you seat it all the way to the bottom and push it in like that, and then push it tight. Okay, so one of the things that I just loved about my original P635 is, it's right here, is that right there is the center line on this tip, and it's a Nomad tip, okay? But you also have the lineup center line there, so if you have cross lines where you want that pin, it's perfect, but also it's removable in case I need to get in tight spots. It also comes with a spare Nomad tip and also an adjusting hex key stored right here on board for clearing out mishit pins. Okay, so I just put some air on there, and I want to explain what I read in the article called auto lockout. And I was like, what is going on? What's that? I had to experience it. So what I do is I just threw some 1 3/8 pins in here, and I'm just gonna fire them. I'm toward the end of my rack of pins. Okay, so look, I'm locked out. I can't do it. All right, so let's look inside, and it is a protection feature because when we look, there's about 7 pins left in there. But what if I'm down to those 7 pins, I'm on a job site and I just gotta drop a couple more pins in. I don't wanna run out to the van to get another rack of pins. I wanna point this out. This is one touch override. So if I just go like this and press that in, I can drive a few extras. Pretty slick system. Okay, so there's another killer feature on this, and it's right here. It's stored on board. You just loosen the knob to take it off the bracket. And there's a Nomad tip right here. This knob slides in, and it slides right into this groove. Now, from the front edge, I can set this. But what this is, it's an adjustable edge guide. So I'm going to put a couple of pieces of 3/4 material, or 18 millimeter, and I have a scale right here. So I could take and slide that edge guide half of, what, 3/4, 3/8. So I line it to the front edge and lock it in. Now, I want to make sure you understand to lock that down. This is a no marring tip. So from here, it's all built into this gauge. Now, from here to that tip is 3/8. So this is a great time saver. I want to show you why. When I'm putting together jigs with my micro pinners, I would always take this, and when I was doing a butt joint like this, I would take it and make my mark just like this at 3/8 or 9 millimeter, and then I would take it and I would aim this line on the Nomad Tip on that line. Now I don't have to think about it. I could just take that edge guide and get right in there like this and go to town. And you can see they line up absolutely perfect into the center of that board. And where that really matters is when you're using a micro pinner on hardwoods, especially the 1 3/8. You want it exactly in the middle of that run, because that very, very fine wire 23 gauge nail can wander on grain. So the perfect lineup is right here on the new adjustable edge guide. I have used a 23 gauge pinner in my shop for many, many years, since they first came out. They are a must for any shop. I think Grex has perfected it, because I can shoot from 1 3/8 all the way down to 3/8. And I want to come in here, Chris, so we can see this. Look how small this pin is. I have a domino in there, and I micro pin the back of these to lock the domino in. I have found so many applications for a 23 gauge micro pinner. So the upgrades are awesome on the new P635L. So, as we always say in the SedgeTool shop, be positive, stay sharp, and I mean wicked sharp.